Oh, by the way, I'm Roger Raynow. I'm the Vice President of Painted Rocks Water Users Association. I've been on the board for over 20 years. With JR, I took his dad's place. I was honored to take Jack Iman's place. He was on the board, and he actually started with one of the founding members. So tonight, we're going to kind of cover some basic water rights and adjudication, what do you say, topics, or just
Water law 101.
yeah, just for some folks, because it can be kind of convoluted. And if you get the foundation down, you can start from there on your own. We wanted to introduce who are the organizations who manage the water in the Bitterroot River. We want to kind of lay out a little bit about the history of the cooperative work that we've done in the past between these groups, and the management practices and the rationale why we manage the river as we do. And then we want to just provide a general outlook, not getting, again, too deep into the weeds. If you want to get deep into the weeds, come to one of our annual meetings at Painted Rocks. We always hold them in May. They're open to the public. And you can hear the state water projects tell you about every little detail about the dam and how it is and what we're looking at in the future there. Larry's here to give you a little bit of background on what it is too. And then we want to just give you a kind of a thumbnail sketch of what the role of CSKT compact might be with or without it. What that means for the valley, just a real general level, okay? But there'll be some information here that you can take home with you and look up online for yourself and see what things might be for your drainage, okay? So without much further ado, I'm going to give you a little bit of a background. So if you would, I got 3 bios out of the 4. Most of you guys know JR, and so he didn't give me a bio. Crystal Lee Evans was born and raised on a farm and ranch east of the Judah Gap. She attended Montana State University, where she obtained degrees in agricultural business, economics, and range science. Krista worked for Montana Legislative Services for 10 years as a research analyst, specializing in water policy, including water quantity and water quality, eminent domain, and agricultural issues. Krista staffed the Environmental Quality Council and the Water Policy Interim Committee in the interim, and the House and Senate Natural Resources Committees in the legislative sessions, as well as the House Agricultural Committee. She's run her government affairs consulting business, Lake Creek Project Management, Inc., since 1999, where a majority of her business focuses on the protection of existing water rights and the prior appropriation doctrine, energy production in Montana, and agricultural business and grain handling issues. Krista serves as the executive director for the Montana Agricultural Business Association and the Montana Grain Elevator Association. And in her spare time, which I'm not sure there's much of that, she's an avid runner, mountain biker, takes part in other community activities, and she and her 2 boys have a small acreage in East Valley. Thanks for coming. Larry Schock has been a Montana DNRC employee for 30 years in the Missoula Regional Office. He provides engineering assistance to the DNRC Water Resources Division in the areas of dam safety, floodplain, state water projects, water management, and water rights. In his role as a regional engineering specialist, Larry regularly provides technical assistance and training across Montana in the field of floodplains, dam safety, and water resource matters. He has managed Painted Rocks Reservoir for the past 25 years. He is currently the executive director of the Association of Montana Floodplain Managers, and Larry earned an agriculture engineering degree from Montana State in '88. And Jason is our new fisheries biologist. Chris Clancy, as many of you know. Morning, Chris. You're sitting there. He is back there. But Jason has met with us this spring in our annual river management meeting. And he's come up to speed real fast. So we had a year here, so good. Thanks for coming in. You were up on the Clark floor, I think. Let me read your bio. He's currently the Bitterroot Drainage Fisheries Biologist for Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. He replaced longtime Bitterroot biologist Chris Clancy, who retired in February of this year. While new to his position in Bitterroot, he's not new to the drainage as he grew up near Florence. Since receiving his education from the University of Montana, Bachelor of Science and a Master of Science from the University of Wyoming, he's worked as a fisheries biologist in Montana for the past 17 years, most of which were spent in the Upper Clark Fork as the WP's management biologist for that area. And then JR. He's my boss on Painted Rocks, so I got to defer to him.
I've got the man on the end of the pole, but make sure everything is
Rock's water users was created when the Bay Vista tried to file claims on all the water on Painted Rocks. My father and a bunch of other people, including Marshall, people from all walks of life and all interests in the river, got together and decided that we need to control our own water sources and put together an organization that's part fish and game bought or committed to take some water, and Painted Rocks water users committed to basically lease the water under the water right owned by the state of Montana for the stored water in Painted Rocks. And that we're in our 11th or 12th year of the second contract. First contract was 15 years. Our second contract is ongoing at this time. And we've come to a working solution of how to assist everyone in the management of the water that comes from Painted Rocks to extend our irrigation season and also to provide water for fisheries through a joint agreement that we're all party to with the state of Montana. My family ranch was 100 years old in 2008, and basically, outside of being county commissioner and a whole bunch of other things, I've been a solution-oriented person to try to find answers to problems that are common problems for everybody involved, especially as it involves water.
So we'll get started. Chris is going to lead us in a PowerPoint presentation on these, starting with some water rights basic information.
All right. So do you want to do questions as we go or wait till the very end?
I think at the end,
Okay.
if that's all right with everybody else.
All right. So thank you for the invitation to be in your valley. It's beautiful. I don't get to work over here a lot, so I appreciate the chance to be here. So what we're going to talk today about is just water law, water terms, water basics 101. Because when you start working with the state or working with the water users associations or working with other water users, it's all based on the assumption that everybody understands the basics, and that's not necessarily the case. And so what we're going to talk today about is basic water terms, prior appropriation doctrine. How many people in here have heard first in time, first in right? Okay. So the prior appropriation doctrine is recognized in the Montana Constitution, and that is what creates the first in time, first in right methodology of water rights. So the older your water right, the more likely you are to get your water. It's like an 1865 water right is going to get their water before an 1890 water right. So if water starts to get short, the more senior water right can make calls up the line for other people to shut off their water. Okay, so the more senior your water right, the more valuable it is in that you get to make calls and you are more likely to get your water. The change process. So whether you have an existing water right or whether you have a claim under the adjudication, we'll talk about that a little bit. If you're going to change your point of diversion, your type of use, or your place of use, or add storage, you have to go through a process with DNRC to change that water right, to make sure that it's not expanded, that you're not increasing the amount of water that's consumed in your use. New appropriations. So the 1972 Constitution, when they adopted the new Constitution, that was really a bright line in Montana water law. Because prior to 1972, you didn't have to file to have water right. You could, if you wanted to, you could file it in the county courthouse, but you didn't have to. All you had to do was put it to use. And so in 1972, when they adopted the new Constitution, they recognized that those existing water rights were protected by the Constitution. Part of the challenge was we didn't know who had water where, and we'll talk about that in a second. But anything that was put to use after 1973 is considered a new appropriation. Okay? The adjudication. The adjudication is the process that was developed in the Montana Water Use Act to address those water rights that existed when the 72 Constitution went into place. The Montana Supreme Court said, they issued an order and said, if you have used water, you must file a claim. And you get your priority date, add a map, you essentially make your case that you have water right that was used before 1973. If you did not file that, then you lost your water right. Except for there's one exception, because of course, water users being who we are, they're like, damn government, I'm not filing anything. Well, it kind of bit a few people, and so there were some changes made to address those folks who didn't do it, and those are called late claims. And there's some consequences for those folks who didn't file by the initial filing deadline. Closed basins. So closed basins, which you're part of, you're statutorily closed basins.